Hey guys, this is Navdeep Singh Zidla. Thank you for clicking this thumbnail. Today we are talking about a very important case here. So let's see what happened in this case. This is a case of permanent residence refusal, and the applicant is a 30-year-old citizen of India. In September 2014, she filed an application for permanent residence in Canada as a member of Federal Skilled Worker under National Occupation Code 1123, which includes professional occupations in marketing, advertising and public relations. So let me also remind you, because this case was filed in 2014, so at that point of time the express entry system was not rolled out, so this was an paper application. Okay, she filed, and as a part of her application, the applicant included reference letters from the company Apus Life, which confirmed she had been employed at the firm as a marketing coordinator since July 2012. Upon initial review, the reviewing officer had concerns regarding the applicant's employment documentation, which he noted as limited and of poor quality, and recommended the information to be verified by telephone call. So consequently, a member of Citizenship and Immigration Canada (CIC) made 2 telephone calls to the applicant and Apus Life on November 2016, at which point the applicant informed CIC that she had resigned from the position in July 2015. Tell you that because the visa officer noted that the documents were limited enough, there was not enough information for the visa officer to understand whether the documentation was genuine or not. Secondly, the quality was also poor. So these are the 2 red flags. What we need to do is, whenever we are submitting an application, we need to submit as much information, as much documentation, as much pay slips. Some people say, will the reference letter and ITRs would be okay? See, if you have the pay slips, if you have the other documentation, appointment letters, promotional letters, offer letters, relieving letters, experience letters, leave. If you have the documentation, do submit it as much as possible. If you are able to procure information, just get it and submit it to the visa officer, because as much information as you can provide, it will be good for your application. After the telephone verification calls were completed, the reviewing officer noted disparities between the answers provided by the applicant and personnel at Apus Life. Most notably, the applicant had stated that she was unable to name any clients because the Apus Life's company policy dictated that the clients be dealt with as individuals, not as companies. Apus Life had clients in Pathankot and Rohtak in Haryana. Apus Life held staff meetings monthly. Apus Life's accountants, including Arijit, came to office a few times each month, and Apus Life's sales targets were 2 to 5 lakhs a month. These answers contradicted those given by the Apus Life's current employees, who stated that the applicant had held a supervisory role rather than a marketing position. Clients were always to be referred by a company, not name. Apus Life did not have any clients in Pathankot or Haryana. Apus Life held staff meetings every Saturday. Apus Life's accountants Virender and Rakesh came to the office once a month. Apus Life's sales targets were 10 lakhs a month. So a procedural fairness letter dated December 10, 2015 outlined these concerns to the applicant. The letter noted that due to a wide discrepancy between the answers provided by the applicant and Apus Life during the telephone verification calls, the reviewing officer was not satisfied that the applicant had the stated work experience as a marketing coordinator at Apus Life. The letter also stated that the reviewing officer believed that the applicant had deliberately attempted to mislead CIC in a relevant matter that could induce an error in the administration of the Act. Consequently, the reviewing officer informed the applicant that she was under consideration to be deemed inadmissible under the S40 of the Act for the misrepresentation, and would continue to be inadmissible for the period of 5 years. So the letter concluded with an invitation for the applicant to respond to the concerns within 30 days. So the applicant's response to the procedural fairness letter was received by CIC on January 14, 2016. In the response, the applicant included proof of work experience as a marketing coordinator at Apus Life in the form of 3 statutory declarations from herself, Apus Life representatives, as well as 2 Form 16 tax returns prepared by Apus Life for 2014 and 2015. So the decision sent from visa officers to the applicant by letter dated April 15, 2016 determined that the applicant did not qualify for immigration to Canada as a member of federal skilled worker class. The visa officer determined that the applicant was inadmissible due to misrepresentation under S40 of the Act. Based on the balance of probabilities, the applicant was found to have misrepresented her employment history as a marketing coordinator for Apus Life and through the submission of a fraudulent letter of reference. So the applicant's response to the procedural fairness letter dated December 17, 2015 did not assuage that the concerns regarding the applicant's employment history. Consequently, the applicant was deemed inadmissible to Canada for a period of 5 years from a date of decision. In the global case management system notes, the reviewing officer's recommendation for a refusal based on misrepresentation was based upon the inconsistencies in the answers provided by during the telephone verification calls and the applicant's inability to identify any of her former employer's clients, so which failed to satisfy the reviewing officer that the applicant possessed the stated work experience. The designated officer responsible for reviewing misrepresentation confirmed that the refusal for misrepresentation on the basis of the applicant's response to the procedural fairness letter did not assert the letter's stated concerns due to applicant's failure to satisfactorily explain why she was unfamiliar with the basic information of the Apus Life's marketing program. So she was banned for 5 years. These were the further concerns which were raised by the client against the officer, that the officer has overlooked certain factors. So these are the GCMS notes from the visa officer. The principal applicant provided documents stating that she was employed at Apus Life as a marketing coordinator from July 2012 to September 2014. Principal applicant also provided 2 employment reference letters from Manager Sonali Singh and General Manager Sangram Singh. An employment verification call was made on 13th of November 2015 to Apus Life and subsequently to principal applicant. The verification team first spoke to Apus Life employee Neetu, who worked at Apus Life during PA's stated employment period. When asked what was the PA's role at Apus Life, Neetu replied she was supervising staff. When she asked what were the Neetu's sales targets, Neetu replied 10 lakhs. When asked to the name of clients of Apus Life, Neetu stated that Maya Drugs, Sugar and BD Pharma in West Bengal. When PA was asked these same questions, she stated monthly targets were 2 to 5 lakhs. PA was not able to name any client, stating that this was because she dealt with the clients on an individual basis. When pressed, she provided 2 male names, the cities where they were from, and PA was asked for the name of the company chartered accountant, but she was unable to give this information. A PFL procedural fairness letter was sent on 17th of December and was asking PA to respond to the inconsistencies identified in the phone verification of 13th of November 2015. Principal applicant provided 3 statutory declarations and 2 Form 16 tax returns prepared by Apus Life in 2014. For 2014 and 15, I have reviewed all the information on this file, including the response to the PFL. So in her PFL response, the principal applicant provided signed statutory declaration from the Apus Life employees spoken on the verification telephone call. 2 employees now have changed their statements and claim that PA did not work for Apus Life as a marketing coordinator. Sangram Singh, general manager, originally provided a reference letter for a principal applicant provided statutory declaration stating that principal applicant was employed as a marketing coordinator, that he did not want to speak to GCAC verification person because he was too busy. So we could now call and he will be happy to speak to us. I note that the Sangram Singh is married to Sonali Singh, manager of Apus Life. Sonali Singh is a sister of principal applicant cousin. Based on inconsistencies in PA's response and responses from the workers, noting that the principal applicant could not identify any of the company clients, I am not satisfied that principal applicant indeed has the work experience as stated in her application as a marketing coordinator. For Apus Life recommended refusal for misrepresentation. Based on the balance of probabilities, applicant appears to have misrepresented her employment history with Apus Life as a marketing coordinator from July 2012 to September. Comprehensive verification calls were made by Delhi IM with the Apus Life, and the applicant revealed that the applicant was not familiar with basic information of the Apus Life's marketing program. See, this misrepresentation relates to the relevant matter that could induce an error in the administration of the fact insofar as it allowed the applicant's application to meet ministerial instructions and to put into processing to meet minimum requirements for the experience. On 17th of December 2015, we sent principal applicant and PF a letter detailing our concerns. Principal applicant's response and supporting documentation does not assuage my concerns, and they do not satisfactorily explain why the applicant was unfamiliar with the basic information of the Apus Life's marketing program. I therefore find this information to be of a little significance. Minimum requirements for the experience not met, application refused. Applicant is inadmissible as per the A41A and continues to be inadmissible to Canada for a period of 5 years as of today's date. So based on this judicial review, so the application was dismissed because there was a sheer lie which was bluntly caught. So going forward, I would request you, if you are also someone or somebody is giving you if you're also thinking to do the same, or probably some agent is giving you some advice that okay, let's change some of the duties so that you can become eligible for this particular PNP or something, because for most of the PNPs you require at least 1 year of work experience. So if for instance if you have 6 or 7 years of work experience, if someone is asking you that they can change the details and get through the process, it might land you in trouble. I'm not saying it might not get through, but it is always good to not abuse the system. So you might get through, you might not, based on the kind of documentation which you have provided. So but we do not encourage these kind of activities or exercises.